Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my Satisfactory Let's Play. I think this will be episode 7. Picking up where we left off pretty much. Last episode I commissioned the iron factory. So it's now running. It's not running at full capacity. It's only got 120 belts to feed it, even though it's been built to work with 240 items per minute. So I need to upgrade my belts, which means unlocking some stuff. And then I tidied up the Spaghettiville that we had from episode 1 and 2, which I started tidying up last episode, but I was letting the factory units drain down to get rid of the ingots and ore that were already in them. That's done, so I've just cleared that up. I want to have a bit of a tidy up around this area. But the other thing I just wanted to quickly show that I've done before starting the recording is where we left this. There was nothing being done with the output of the assemblers, and all I've done is belted them into some boxes basically. And then the other thing I want to do is just tidy up this area, because make a bit more of a base. This was a bit haphazard put together because I didn't have things unlocked. I still don't have everything unlocked that I want by a long stretch, but it'll do for now. So that's that. And then the other thing is, in the last episode, we did unlock at tier 3. We've unlocked everything on tier 3. We did unlock basic steel. We have the ability to make foundries, to therefore make steel ingots, steel beams, steel pipes. And those outputs are all necessary to unlock tier 4. So what I want to do in this episode at the start is knock together, and again, quick and dirty, temporary, I want to knock together a steel factory. And steel, as we saw in the last episode, using the foundry needs iron and coal. And over in that direction, there are 2 iron nodes and 2 normal iron nodes and 1 pure coal node. So that's going to be the home of my first steel factory. But in order to make my steel factory the way I want to make it, I need some steel. As in, I want to make it with the advanced steel recipes to be able to do Mark II miners, faster belts, all of that stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is build a temporary steel factory. Very quick and dirty steel factory. I'm going to have to bring some power from the base. And obviously I've just put in a sky bridge. I'll worry about putting some legs under it. It's maybe temporary. I just don't want to run belts across the grass. So for now, I'm just going to take some power from this last node to here. Too far. I'll do. And then power from that one here, and then run power down this temporary bridge. So down there is my coal, then over there is my iron. And I just need to build something to connect the two together. And it's going to be a bit quick and dirty. Let's do a ramp from here down. I'm going to have to sort that hog out because he's going to attack me while I'm trying to work. Is there another one? Yes. Right. This is an impure iron, so I'm not going to be using that one. Over here, there's 2 pures, 2 normals, and then there's another 2 hogs. Just got rid of them. I'm only going to use this one initially. So I want a world snapped foundation. I want a bit higher than that, really. I didn't bring any miners with me, so I need to just build for now 2 portable miners to allow me to build full miners. Do that, and then on here I should be able to put down. I can hear spitters. You hear that? I don't know if it's coming through to you, but with headphones on playing it, I can hear spitters. Big arch. Right. So this, I'm going to overclock to 112.5. So it needs 2 shards to do that. And that's rather than running 2 miners. I'll be careful not to fall off this, because obviously I'm building up in a... There is a long way down. Get rid of some foliage. And then, what's my line that I want? My long-term goal here is that, without falling off the edge, that coal node and these 2 iron nodes will make a nice steel factory. And I intend suspending that over this void, just for fun. So what I'm going to do, so it's not in the way of my long-term build, is I'm going to build a temporary platform. Something like world snap it. Something like that. And we'll build a factory on that for now. Can't see everything there, but that's roughly the idea I'm going for. So therefore I need to connect probably on this line back to that factory. Which is probably there. Myself out of the way. Yep, that managed to line up properly. Cool. And then the slight problem I'll have is that I need to get down there. There. If I do it here, I'm going to build a ramp and zoop it down and try and get it to join up to that platform. And that's foot access for me. Then we got some mobs to clear. Where are they? There you go. Spitters galore. I think there's more. Another spitter and some bees. Took a bit of damage there, but that's spitters and bees and 1 hog gone. And there's a summer sloop here. It's another work in progress thing. Not picking it up. It'll try to brainwash me if I get close to it. And then here we've got a pure coal node. So let's extend this platform enough to line up with that coal node. Put some bit of a platform down. It's 3 height, isn't it? Do one of those there. Beautiful. Then we do another mining node on here, and this one, because it's a pure node, we'll do 120, and again I want 112.5 because I've already worked that out, so I don't need to overclock this one. I'm slightly underclocking it. All temporary, by the way, don't forget. This is all temporary. Mark 2 belt up to there. And one thing I want to do, so this is for foot access. For resources, I want to lift. It's going to be a Mark 2 lift. Let's just put mainly so that it lines it up for me. So I know where I want to do my lift. Let's put a Mark 2 lift. So there up to here. And that's on a center line at the right height. Now I need Mark 2 belts. Bring me from there. There, but it's too long. To the center back 2. And then as far as I can make it into there. Then I need to get power. I want to get it on a decent line. There. There. That can run that one, and that's going to start producing me. I'm having trouble getting power to click. I don't know whether, is this an update 7 bug? There you go. I had to click that 3 times for that to work. Strange. But anyway, that mine is now running and will produce me 112 iron ore coming down this belt and down the lift onto this platform. Then I need to get that power where I can use it here. So again, take one right to the corner. And then I basically want to, I'm going to put in a single foundry. I'll put that here on this edge. Let's stick a foundry down, which is the new building that we unlocked in the last episode. Loot. And then we'll have Mark 2 belt from the iron across to here, back to and in. Nice straight lines. And then from here, come forward to the same place. back 2. Cross. To there, back 2. And we've now got, when we power this, let's get that powered as well. So power can come from there to here. From there to here. Hang on, do it next to the belt. Not clipping. There. Then that one can run that and that. So they're both operational. Select the recipe. Steel ingots. And then this one, I want to overclock to the max. And ta-da! That needs 112, which is why I clocked it the way I did on the inputs. And it will produce 112 output ingots by triple clocking it. And I don't normally do that. I don't normally triple clock in that way. But for a temporary quick factory, that's just a lot easier. I want to put another layer across there, probably. Then we'll have a splitter here to take the ingots that are coming out. $112 ingots coming out. And then we have a constructor on each side. Belt the ingots into the constructors. And then this one can do pipes, which produce, it takes 30, produces 20. And then this one can do beams, takes 60 to produce 15. But this one will overclock, take 90. So between the two of them, they're expecting 120, but they're only going to get 112. Good enough for now. That is, I've got to power them. That is going to produce roughly 20 beams and pipes each per minute, which will be enough to get me started. Let this run for a little bit while I do something else. Let's get some power to them. There. And that can then run those two. What to do with the output? Let's have another line for pump rack. Got to get rid of this if I've done that. Can't have trees growing through concrete. I know that happens in the real world, but not in my world, pal. And then we'll have... Now, did I want that extra one? Here, what do I do? Is that clipping? Nope. It's fine. That's my spider cave, remember? Oh, I had a heart attack in there. I don't like it. There's still more spiders in there as well, so I'm staying away. So what I'd like to do really is take this product back to base, even if it's only temporary. But that's a bit of an effort, isn't it? I think it's worth it. But there's only 20 each coming out. I might, for now, make that what do we call them? Sushi thingy. Right, so I want that reversed. And I think I'm going to run up and try and get the height right. Even though that's a bit of a trek. I don't know if build does the build let me keep that build item open that long? Right, there we go. Get this to the right height for a belt. Actually, a Mark 1 belt is fine for that. I'm going to use a Mark 2 anyway, though, weirdly, because I've got more reinforced iron plates than I've got iron plate at the moment. Because I'm automating reinforced iron plate, not really automating normal plates. Have I unlocked any handrails yet? No. That's a bummer. Oh, I wanted a safety rail on there because that is basically if you fall down there, you fall into the void, you die, and the game will put a crate of your goods somewhere on an accessible bit up here, but it's just a nightmare. So I need to put a splitter in, merger in. Need to put a merger in, and then we'll have Mark 2 belts from there into there. Mark 1 belts in there and in there. So now what I've got is steel beams and steel pipes, both coming down. And it's called a sushi belt. Normally you'd have more than just 2 items, but it's the same as I did with the copper line, is that you've got multiple items coming down one belt. And then later on you get smart splitters that let you take those items out and separate them. So that is a quick and dirty temporary steelworks, and my full steelworks will be built out there over that void when I've unlocked blueprints and a few more cosmetic things. But it won't take long because we're getting roughly 20 each per minute. It won't take long for this belt to accumulate storage boxes quite happily. And we'll have a few thousand to unlock other stuff. Oh, I am missing reinforced iron plates. Alright, I'm just going to make that Mark 1 belts for now, just so I can get it back to base. Because I'm only producing 40. And I'll replace them later with Mark 2s. And I'm going to put a storage box in here temporarily. Put 2 actually. No. Just a little thing that I do. The goods will the goods will go into the top box and then get dropped into the bottom one, so they're easy access for me. And this bottom one will fill up first. The top one is a pass through until the bottom one is full. Pretty soon I will unlock double capacity boxes and just use those instead. But for now, this just gives me a bigger buffer of these things. And then something I could do Don't think there's anything there. Is I can put a ladder. Give me access to the upper floor. And then I can get some reinforced iron plates. And while I remember, update this. And it won't make any difference. All it'll do is bring the steel faster. That's where it ends as a Mark II. They are slightly visually different. So we'll upgrade all of these all the way down. Here we go. Just bringing some pipes along a bit faster. We need more beams than pipes at this stage, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. We need both, and this will start filling up. So we need to give that some time now. So we're just going to go back now to the base and start a little bit of tidy up while we're letting the steel run. And we'll do time, not too bad. Got a little bit of time to do some more. One of the things we'll do is just drop off the leaves. Even though biofuel isn't a big deal to me anymore, it's still a good backup, and I still need it for running my chainsaw. So drop off the goods that we had for that, and then drop off the stuff that we don't use. That's not too bad. A few more. I haven't got modular frames here. They're up in the factory. Right, okay. I don't need them for a minute. Right, so that's a quick and dirty temporary steel setup, and that's just going to run for a bit. When it's accumulated enough, I'll be able to upgrade these belts to allow this factory to run at more potential. While I'm waiting on that, I was looking at this and thinking, I want to move my hub. So I am going to chop down some trees up here, clear a bit of an area. Clearing off some vegetation. As I said before, we are the bad guys from Avatar. Strip the environment of everything. So what I want to do, a world snap. I don't know whether I want to be quite that high. Maybe that was better. Yeah, let's try that. What I want to do is create a platform up here to put my hub and living quarters on. What's that look like? Got to check the position of that from below. Yeah, that's not too bad. Probably want to bring it one more layer forward. And then I'll want a ramp up to it. That looks like a 1 meter height difference. Don't know about that. We'll see. Yeah, because it's clipping this grass. We'll see. I might end up raising this floor to a line. But that then gives me a bit of a place to work. So how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 7. We'll take the center line. Bring it down there. Take out those two middle ones. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of utilitarian concrete architecture. And obviously I don't mind clipping concrete into cliffs, because it's perfectly valid that you would shutter concrete on the outside and then allow it to merge. So although in the game that is inside the cliff, you can pour concrete around stonework, no problem, in the real world. I don't mind that particular bit of clipping. Then we want... I got inverted. I can't remember if I've unlocked inverted yet. Inverted ramps I have. I just need to change them to concrete default. And then put them... I'll stick them where walls are for now. And I need full height. That just stops any Z fighting. Because you do get a bit of Z fighting if you're not careful. And then we've got a little... I'm not much for creativity architecture. We've got a little cantilevered concrete support for our new base platform. And yes, it clips a cliff, but like I say, concrete is allowed to clip into cliffs, in my opinion. In that vein, we'll also clip this floor out to there. And then we'll have us a platform here, that it will be a new home for the hub. So to make that a bit easier, I move the hub, but the hub's got lots of stuff in it. I store everything that I can in a box. Another one on top, another one next to it maybe. Oh. My ability to make boxes got stored. Of that, and then now I can pick up the hub, pick up the equipment workbench and the MAM, and rebuild them up here somewhere. Let's do the hub about there. I want the spaceship on the right. Well, I want the drop pod on the right. So the hub can go there, I think. That gives me room to put the MAM back down. There. Doesn't clip, does it? Nope. I'll put the awesome shot. I need materials. Right, so let's put the hub goodies back in. Build the equipment shop first. There. I need a safety rail so I don't go running off this cliff. I might just end up putting another layer, but... And then all of the stuff that... This should be everything that came out of the hub. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't look like anything I would carry on with all the time. And then I can delete those two boxes, and then magically I've got my inventory back. And then we've got everything we need back up and running. We're not using these two bio burners anyway. Haven't brought power to this place yet. But this can be possibly... Oh, hello. Oh, lizard doggo. You can tame them. I'm not going to do that at the minute. I don't know if they still do, but early game, when you tame them, they bring you things as a gift. An early game, I'm pretty sure somebody told me that it brought them some nuclear material, and that killed the player, and then the player couldn't go back and loot their corpse because their corpse was radioactive. So it's quite a funny thing. So that's started for me tidying up a little bit our base. I want to move all of these boxes. I just want to basically open up this area to be a bit of a R&D. I'll probably build my blueprint builder down here and then have a little storage area for crates. But I just wanted to get the hub moved and to create something that, roughly, I think that looks all right. It's not too bad, is it? A little bit of concrete pseudo architecture. But I might end up lifting this floor up 1 meter to match the bottom of that ramp. I'm not sure that I like that grass clipping through the concrete. So that could go there instead. And then that's into the ground. Yeah, and that's a good example of when you put concrete down, it clips into the floor anyway, because that's what foundations do, which is why I'm also quite happy to have concrete clip around terrain when it's a cliff, because it does it anyway to the ground. But yeah, I might got a ramp there, haven't I? So I could do that. And you do end up with a piece that would come in here and fill that nicely. So I might leave it like that, I'm not sure. Decision for future outlay. But for now, a little bit of cosmetics. And then the other thing to do is I'm going to power up the next set of smelters, because we know they're already belted up. I didn't power them, but we know that steel is going to allow us to upgrade our I do not quite know what's going on with these. I didn't ask it to do that. Now, actually, what it's done is quite useful. But I did not ask it. I was just trying to build one of these, and it's automatically connected it to these. Oh, it's connected it to that one. And then it's connected that one to that one. It's not what I asked it to do. I think that's a bug related to the fact that you can put a power pole on a wire. So even though it wasn't what I asked it to do, it thought it was being helpful. I'll do. So then that's the last thing that needed powering up. Just lost it. I'm sure. Okay, maybe these haven't got recipes, maybe. No power. That didn't. That lost its connection back to there somehow. Okay, so now I've got all 16 smelters being powered. Now all I need to do is speed these belts up. Well, that's not all I need to do. I also need to upgrade the miners. So what have we got as materials so far? Yeah, not enough probably, but let's go and have a look. See if there's anything we can unlock. Advanced steel. So we could unlock that now with wire. Yeah, okay. So let's select that milestone and then we'll go and get more wire and concrete. Bit jump happy, aren't I? That's all. Oh no, more rotors needed as well. Did pick up more wire than I needed. This is probably going to be a 10-minute timer. Is this one of the big upgrades? Big red button.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container, enhanced conveyor belt efficiency, as well as the ability to store excess power for later use. An additional project part can now be constructed. Further progress to the next phase is now possible.
Off goes my pod. I'll never get tired of watching that. So one of the things she said towards the end there is that just unlocked for me another project part, this automated wiring. And before I can progress to tier 5 and 6, I will need to do another space elevator thing. But you need to generate 500 of one component, 500 of another, and then I think 100 of these automated wirings. So I am not planning on doing that anytime soon. I want to max out what I'm doing up to tier 4 and automate some stuff and unlock some more recipes, get my alt recipes done, etc. before moving on to space elevator. So we'll stay on tier 4 for a few episodes probably. But what that's just also unlocked for me is miners. So if I build another couple of portable... Oh, actually, nope. If I remember rightly, I've got a couple in here. Yeah. So a couple of portable miners. I can now build a Mark II miner. It requires... Oh, encased industrial beams times 10. Bummer. Right, okay. I'm going to handcraft some for now. That's a new recipe that I got. Encased industrial beams. I'm going to handcraft 30 of those. Be right back. Right. So that's 30 of those done. That means I can now upgrade, and you can do this in situ. Upgrade that to a Mark II. I need some modular frames. And another portable miner. We'll get some modular frames at the factory. Let's see if we can upgrade that one. So that upgrades them in situ. Upgrading them took out their ore. I'll get that full. And it also took out their power shards. So I want these overclocked to 240. Because that's what my factory's been built around. So put the shards back in and overclock them to 240. Now they still don't have belts to cope with that. I'll get rid of that ladder. I don't like that position for it. I'll put it there instead. So now I need to upgrade the belts. I've got the miners upgraded. Next will be the belts. 5 minutes for the pod to get back.
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
Alright, there's our pod returning. Let's see what we can do. So, Logistics Mark III. Got enough stuff to unlock that right away. Boom.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
So, I can now take these Mark II belts and upgrade them to Mark III, which costs beams. So we'll do that, because we've already upgraded the miners. We'll upgrade the lifts to Mark III as well. And then we'll have to upgrade the innards of the factory to make use of that. So that's these lifts And then these belts. And I will do the belts. I'm not sure if it's actually needed. I'll do the belts on the manifold through the middle. That will actually take. Yeah, just didn't animate. So now this factory is receiving 240 input times 2, and when the manifolds all back up and get ready, this should be producing enough ingots to get the lines up top running properly. There are some lines I need to upgrade up there as well, but that will be enough for this episode. So we've got quite a bit done. Tidied up the base a bit. Got down a basic steel factory. I'll leave this to run for a bit so that I can upgrade the rest of those belts. The next thing to do will be looking at our power at the moment. Our maximum potential consumption, if everything was running, is starting to get close to our coal power output of 600 megawatts. And now that we've got Mark III belts, we can, and Mark II miners, we can upgrade that coal node and all of these belts, and we can run 240 coal down to the power plant, and that means we can double our power output from 8 generators to 16, because we built it. If you remember, we built it. There's enough water there to do that. I was just constrained by these 120 belts. So that constraint is gone. So next episode at the start, we will expand the power and then work out what to do from there. That's all for next episode. I'm going to wrap this one here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you again in the next one. In the meantime, thanks and goodbye.